because your mic's never. That's your mic's not down. That's
who are 5 starters?
Three of them. Most likely, the other two are Jaden James and Kennedy Green. I don't know that 100% certain. Probably once two girls from the soccer team who've been playing club soccer who haven't played in a game yet. Rose Vigran and what's that?
Amy Brew is back on the team.
Yeah, she is.
Oh, good.
So Rose Vigran and Jordan Church, Randy Church's daughter, they're back from playing in some out-of-town soccer tournaments. So they haven't played yet, but hopefully Rachel will start working them into the lineup. And I think like Rose Vigran probably is going to be a starter at some point here.
How do we think Summit is? How is Summit?
I watched the game from last year a couple days ago. They ought to be better than last year, I think. They've got Mike Antonucci said they had a big freshman post player who's pretty good.
But
and then
their real good player was there. Was it 2 years ago? Raven?
Yeah, she's gone. Yeah, so 43 was the post player that got a lot of points, like 16 points against us last year. And then 12 is their point guard, who's a very good player, although she went like 2 of 14 against us last year. So, hey, how you doing? Sorry, thought so. Okay. I think we're going to start here in a second, so I don't know. Yeah, but you want to pop over and we can introduce you to normally not like this.
We're live?
What's that?
We're live.
Hey folks, welcome to tonight's game. We're going to keep quiet here for a little bit. This is Future Braves Day, and we're going to get drowned out a bit. So we're going to have the national anthem, and then Tom and I will start talking here in a moment.
Require athletes, coaches, and fans to practice only positive support before, during, and after all contests. We hope you enjoy the game and help make it a rewarding experience. Remember, good sportsmanship is everyone's responsibility. Be loud, be proud, and be positive. The officials assigned to this contest have been selected according to procedures adopted by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Cincinnati Hills League. The officials for today's contest are Christopher Dodd, Scott Edmonds, and David Morey. We live in a country like no other. We ask everyone to please rise, remove your cap for the playing of the national anthem.
Still be quiet through the announcements of the line from our friend Larry Eli. We won't be able to speak for
Number 12, Rachel Martin.
So Summit's point guard, Rachel Martin, very good player. Held her in check really well last year, though.
Number 43, Bree Woodard.
Woodard, very good player for Summit, put in 16 points against us last year, good junior post player. And this young lady, the freshman, number 44, is Gabby Martin, not to be confused with Rachel, not related.
And now for your Indian Hill Braves. The starters this evening. Number 11, Kennedy Green.
Kennedy Green getting a little early jump on things.
Lots of enthusiasm here tonight, Chuck. Future Braves brought their vocal cords.
Yeah, certainly more vocal than the last couple of years.
I can't remember a more enthusiastic young crowd. They are rocking the place.
Number 33, Annie Esperding. Number 34, Jaden James.
And interestingly, by contrast,
They keep throwing.
I don't recall a Summit crowd being so small. Usually they put more of them in here.
Yep. Well, at least the rest of the bench throughout the ball's not in the exact same place like the starting five did. Some other kids getting some of those souvenir balls. Okay, same five starters for Indian Hill that had started the first three games. Maddie Antonucci, last year's CHL Player of the Year. Ella Riggs, sophomore.
Dare I say a future CHL Player of the Year?
Yeah, absolutely.
Near future.
Annie Ishrading, sophomore. Both of those.
Summit wins the tip and goes right for an easy layup.
Yeah, that was too easy, too fast.
Gabby Martin.
And then Jaden James and Kennedy Green rounding out the. Ella, you missed the opportunity. So again, Braves had a close one at Summit. Definitely not their best game last year when they played this same team. Most of the same players that made a difference for
Annie is ready to drive to the hoop, can't get it to go.
For Summit are back this year.
Summit runs back up
court.
Nice. Jump shots blocked from behind, but
Jaden couldn't track that down, but nice effort.
Nice block. Summit will inbound it underneath their own basket.
Yeah, for those of you who didn't see last year's game at Summit, not the Braves' best effort, as I mentioned. Maddie Antonucci in early foul trouble, sat most of the game before fouling out. Ella Riggs only, I think, 3 of 12 or 13 for the game. Nina made a turnover and got a couple fouls early and got chained permanently, I think, for the rest of the game to Rachel's doghouse.
All right, Braves bring the ball up on the turnover. Annie Isfording swings around, gets Ella Riggs. He's going to drive to the basket. He gets number 43. It's up and it's good. Oh, beautiful little step-back jump shot from Ella Riggs. Oh, and Annie Isfording steals it on the inbound and lays it in. And all of a sudden, Braves are up 4-2.
Well, despite the personnel losses from last year, the 3 starters are each better than they were last year.
What personnel losses?
Yeah, what personnel losses? We'll try to minimize.
Who are they missing?
There you go. Got that 10 seconds.
10 seconds, the Braves will get the ball. Playing good aggressive defense to start the game.
Annie Ishrading's been a little inconsistent early, but watching her in the taking over for Clarity Hamill's last year's point guard, Annie against Madera had a phenomenally good game. Handled the ball really well, shot the ball really well, controlled the tempo really well. She's good drive. Jane goes strong,
James
kid.
Goes strong to the hoop. Can't get it to go. But she gets her own rebound. Kicks it back out.
Nooch is going to try one.
The fake jumps, and it's good.
Oh.
Maddie Antonucci with a beautiful fake and a pull-up jumper makes it 6-2 Braves. Braves continuing their press. Summit manages
get back,
to get
Maddie.
it up.
Get back, Maddie.
It's up, no good.
Jump ball.
It's going to be a jump ball underneath.
Yeah, Maddie
didn't. That's going to be Braves ball.
Maddie's a little slow getting back there, and then she didn't put a big body on 43, or 40, whichever one of those. for 43, Brianna Woodard. Although I guess she goes by Bree. But Braves capitalizing on some opportunities here early. They've given up a couple of easy looks to Summit. That last bucket should have probably been a bucket.
Ella Riggs with a three-pointer, nothing but net.
Yes.
Oh, beautiful shot by Ella Riggs, picking right up where she left off.
Trev Fordocienna for Ella Riggs.
Again, Braves are really pressuring Summit up court. Summit does manage to beat the press, but definitely feeling the pressure. They go inside to number 43, goes up and gets the bank shot in.
Yeah,
makes it 9-4.
Bree Woodard's footwork appears already to have improved a bit from last year. She was a good inside presence as a sophomore for Summit last year, but that was just that little sequence right there. She looked to be a little stronger with her footwork.
Maddie Antonucci, three-pointer from the side. She's not going to get that one.
Fortunata.
I think Maddie may have rushed that shot a bit.
Yeah.
A little bit off the mark. Summit goes down inside again to number 44, who goes strong to the hoop. Can't get it to go.
Kennedy Green grabs the board.
Kennedy Green gets the rebound.
Ooh, almost.
Yeah.
Almost. She telegraphed that one and almost.
Flings it up to Ella Riggs. He goes down low to Jaden, and but it's going to be Braves ball. I think that's off Summit. Braves got away with one there.
Yeah, Jaden just a little too short for that way too tall pass from Ella Riggs.
Ella Riggs will inbound it.
As I was starting to mention, all five of these players are definitely improved from
Ella
looking sweet. All five of them have improved from last year. She's gonna jump ball. Good.
It's gonna be Summit's ball, but good aggressive defense by Annie Isfredi. And just another sweet short jump shot from Ella Riggs. That is her. She is deadly in that within 10 feet of the basket.
Yeah, you can tell she has worked on her shooting. I mean, she's a good shooter last year, obviously, but she has worked.
She's going to get caught with a reach.
Yeah,
Ella Riggs is going to get caught with a reach, but she made an aggressive play for the ball.
And one thing the Braves cannot afford to do tonight is to get themselves in foul trouble. As I mentioned, Maddie Antonucci fouling out of last year's game and sitting for at least half the time during the course of that contest. And the Braves are not deep on their bench here. Nothing against the bench, but there is definitely a substantial drop-off.
Well, Chuck, that's kind of been the history for the last few years, hasn't it? The starting five really gets a lot of work.
And especially Maddie Antonucci is going to have to be, come on, Kennedy, get there quicker. Maddie Antonucci, of all people, cannot get herself in foul trouble because Summit has two good post players, and Maddie is our post player. Even though she's not really a true post player, she fills that role for the Braves last year and this. Although last year the Braves had, that should have been a jump ball probably. Last year at least the Braves did have a couple of very capable post players in Lauren James and Kate Mars, big bodies who could go in there and grab boards.
Yep.
Maddie with a nice turnaround. Can't get, Jaden mistimed her jump, but she had a nice position.
Summit throws it back up, goes to number 10 down low.
Ella should have got that. I thought that should have been a foul, but Annie picks one up. I thought Ella fouled there, to be honest with you, but we'll take the no call. Braves ran into some foul trouble issues.
Three-pointer by Summit. Not
just
good.
A bit outside. Ran into a little bit of foul trouble against that Ella.
Ella Riggs with a wide open three-pointer.
One short. Nooch gets
Can't get it to go. Summit gets the rebound. They're going to hustle it up, but she's only got a 1-on-3. She's going to nonetheless go.
She's going to call.
Jaden's
going to get
called
called.
A foul, but she got a lot of ball.
Yeah, sure looked like it from here.
A lot of ball, but
referee right on top of it, so we'll
she may have got her with
benefit.
the body a little bit.
Yeah. As I mentioned, against Madera, which the Braves handled the Amazons very easily on Saturday, but the Braves did get a little bit of a foul trouble, especially at the start of the second half. I think they set a new record. They got 7 fouls in the first 90 seconds of quarter number 3.
Oh.
Rachel got teed up. I got ejected.
You got ejected?
I got thrown out of a basketball game. First time in my entire life
Summit gets the second free throw. 11-5. 2:45 left in the first quarter.
And I got thrown out for something incredibly innocuous. So, as we all know, I occasionally get a little bit obnoxious, but I was actually on my better behavior on Saturday. But nevertheless, nice pass in. Go strong, Maddie Ann.
That's going to count.
El cerchio di El Dano for Antonucci.
What a strong move down low by Maddie Antonucci. Power move to the hoop. She'll be shooting for a three. It looks like Summit's going to call a timeout. And may take more than a timeout to figure out how to control Maddie Antonucci down low. She's a force.
Yeah, the Braves showing good patience so far. Getting some good looks at the basket, converting on most of them. And although Summit does have some talent, obviously, they don't have an answer right now for Indian Hill's big three. So again, in last year's game at Summit, I mentioned Brianna Woodard had 16 points and 8 boards against the Braves. She was not a ton of skill, although she has a nice little soft touch from about 10 feet, if she gets a wide open jumper and can hit a bunch of free throws. But she was the main scorer for Summit last year. And
Maddie can't quite get the bounce.
As I mentioned, Rachel Martin, who has the ball right now, passing it off. Rachel Martin, their point guard.
Oh, that's too easy a basket to be given Brianna Woodward there. Can't let her get that. You can't let her get that position down low. That's just too easy.
Third
basket.
time she's had that opportunity.
Maddie again drives to the hoop. She's going to pick up a foul. No, they're not going to call a foul. Wow.
I thought that was body contact, but
I thought there was a lot of body contact, but they're just going to call it out of bounds to the Braves. Ella Riggs will inbound it.
Take the shot. Annie. Annie had a nice open look there, and I thought she was going to try to dribble again. I realized she had lost her dribble.
Ella Riggs going to. I thought she had a lane to the basket.
Not Jaden's shot, but
pitches it out to Jaden, who takes a long two-pointer.
Well, Braves get a break there.
Yep. Summit stepped on the out-of-bounds line. Braves will inbound it underneath their own basket.
Yeah, Jaden's improved quite a bit over the last few years. Every year she's gotten better. She works very hard. Smart basketball player. That not her shot though. If you're playing Deer Park, that's one thing. Ella Riggs
wide open three-pointer. In and out.
The iron unkind.
She had a good look. She had a good look at it. And Summit fast break, and they get an easy two. Eliza Chatfield with the easy lay-in. Summit all of a sudden within 4 points. Minute 20 to go in the first quarter. Braves just haven't been able to convert the last couple times down the court on their end.
Annie gets a little too fancy.
Summit on the fast break. Can't get it to roll. They pick up their rebound.
Martin looks to take the three, but thinks better of it.
They're going to reset their offense.
Now we got Maddie Antonucci on Bree Stewart. I don't know. Personally, I think she ought to front her. But that's a good hands by Maddie Antonucci.
Yeah, Maddie.
But it bounces, takes a
tipped off the
unfortunate
long
bounce.
Three-pointer is good.
Freshman Gabby Martin brings Summit to within 1 point.
From the top of the key.
So we've had a couple of turnovers, a couple of missed shots, and one or two ill-advised shots in the last two possessions for the Braves. So
Braves need to. Ella Riggs with a pull-up jumper. Off the back of the rim.
Ella's a phenomenally good scorer.
I wish the Braves had just set up for a last shot on that one.
Yeah, especially given the time.
Now Summit gets a wide open look. Can't get it to go. And that's the end of the first quarter.
Well, the Braves lose most of the lead they had. Go into quarter number 2 ahead by 1 at 13-12.
Yeah, Summit on an 8-0 run in the last couple minutes.
Well, the composure, it's not like the Braves suddenly lost it in the last couple minutes of the first quarter, but a couple shots that could have fallen easily. Ella's three, another Ella shot she just took there. Maddie missed a free throw. shots that normally they're probably going to make. So, for the most part, they ought to, I think, keep doing what they're doing. So far, it's been pretty effective.
Well, I think the Braves should definitely continue to the press. I don't think that Summit's ball handling, I think after a while, it's going to give way to the Braves' press.
No. No, Rachel Martin, the point guard, the one true ball handler they have on their team. Again, last year, obviously a different team and different perimeter pressure, having Clarity Hamill on Rachel Martin, Nina out there and stuff. It's a different defensive team, but still a very talented defensive team. And, but yeah, Rachel Martin went, like I said, I think 2 for 14 last year, turned the ball over a bunch of times.
Is that right?
Had 9 points, but only 2 field goals and I think 1 3-pointer. And Rachel Martin was the only person to take any, I think she was 1 for 6 from distance, and she was the only person to take a 3 last year. So, although we have Gabby Martin, number 44, who just made a 3 earlier. So, again, she's the freshman, so the new face on the floor for Summit.
Braves come right back with their starting 5, so nobody is seeing any rest yet this game. And something tells me that these starting 5 are going to get a lot of minutes this year.
Nice drive.
Oh, it goes right to Hubin. She's going to get it to fall and 1.
I think Kennedy's.
Gabby Martin's starting to assert herself here on the offensive side of the court.
Yep, it is Kennedy Green who'll pick up a foul. That'll be her first. And the 4th on the Braves. Only 1 team foul for Summit at this point. Martin will look to add to her 3-point play. Spin.
Oh.
Get there, Annie. There you go.
Riggs with a little bit of a rare miscue.
Yeah, fortunately that was a sort of a very soft pass. Otherwise, that would have been a turnover for sure. And Annie would not have had the opportunity to have run that down. Ooh. Maddie who tried a
long 3-pointer.
Yep.
Can't get it to go. Gabby Martin again down the court with a running 1. Can't get it to fall.
Oh, Kennedy, nice hustle, but can't
Summit
quite get
comes
there.
back out with the ball.
That's a travel.
Drives, and they don't call it. And Summit, she throws it in.
I think he was giving her a Euro step on there, but she'd already taken 2 steps before she took that hop and then made that landing and then hopped off the landing foot.
Summit on a 13-0 run. Braves not getting a lot of good looks at the basket their last several trips down the floor. And then they just turn it over. Summit intercepts the pass. So the Braves looking a little discombobulated at the moment.
It's a nice drive, but a little too far under the hoop for Kayla Irby for Summit.
All right, Braves need a good offensive set here.
Nice move.
Maddie Antonucci is going to take it right to the basket with a nice pass to Jaden James, who lays it in.
There you go.
That's such a great pass by Maddie Antonucci. Yeah. Everybody's expecting her to shoot it. She throws a nice bounce pass to Jaden James, who just easily lays it in. That's the kind of play the Braves need to find
Jaden
some more
right
of.
there, and that's where Jaden can be valuable. Get herself open.
Yep. Well, Maddie naturally draws the defenders.
Right.
And then she just
throws
a very heads-up pass.
And, Jaden doing exactly the right thing. That's why she's there. Step in.
Yep.
Get the good look. Get the good pass. El Passaggio for Antonucci.
Gabby Martin gets the first free throw to go.
And I think that's where Jaden and Kennedy Green are going to contribute a lot to the team this year. They're players who can fill roles and do it very well. Got to play within themselves. So that's number 35 is Ella DeBow. She's gotten a lot of minutes early this year. Frequently being the first off the bench for the Braves. Now it'll be interesting to see, Tom and I were talking for a few seconds before the game about how there's a couple of other girls from the soccer team besides Skylar Robinson and Nora Sturden, a couple others.
Nice block by
Olivia Dowling being another one.
Nice block by Kennedy Green on the Summit fast break. Braves a little slow getting back on defense. Summit pushing the ball up court. There's a nice block by Kennedy Green, but I think they, as collectively as a team, they got to get back faster.
Nice move inside
nice move
by
by Summit. Ball stuck up on the rim.
Turnover. But Jordan Church and Rose Vigran, both outstanding soccer players, very good basketball players, I think, too. Haven't played yet. They've been satisfying some soccer commitments with their club team.
And they're not on the bench tonight?
I believe they are.
Oh, they are on the bench tonight.
So it'll be interesting to see if and when Rachel gives either of them some playing time.
Got a little trouble here getting the ball loose.
Why don't you let Maddie shoot that? She's a better shooter than the rest. If at first you guess. And the referee gets a nice hand from
8 licks at the lollipop
little
there.
future Braves here. Maddie's getting a little chuckle out of that. Nice drive.
Kennedy Green, nice drive to the basket, just off the back of the rim. But Annie Isfording comes up with the rebound. She's guarded by Gabby Martin. She's going to drive it to the hoop. Leaves it for Ella Riggs for a jump shot at the free throw line. Just bounces out.
Ella's just
she's getting some bad bounces on the rim.
She's had some really good looks and has just been off by a hair.
And the ball's just bouncing around the rim on her and just not going down to the basket.
Summit's they're running some nice motion, and up until this point they've been trying to work it into number 43, Bree Woodward. But the Braves seem to have gotten a little tighter on that defense here, but Woodward hasn't scored here in a little bit, or gotten an open look in a little bit. I think Ella DeVoe was a little bit surprised to get that ball. Nice turn. Oh, that's a foul.
Yep. Will they call that a shooting foul?
I would certainly think so. Yeah, they're already going to the line there.
All right, Annie Isfording will be shooting too.
Yeah, I think you'll see as the season progresses. I mentioned Annie has really improved over the summer. She played some AAU ball over the summer, and her aggressiveness to the basket and her ability to handle the ball better than she did last year was going to make her a real threat, and that's only going to open up her outside shooting even more. She still doesn't have a sort of that mid-range stop and pop game, the one that Maddie and Ella have, and that last year Nina and Claire could make those effective shots, but that'll come.
All right, Braves resume their press. But Gabby Martin breaks it with some ease.
There's going to be an open
long
wide
three-pointer. That's not going to be close. Maddie with the rebound.
Good position, good box out by Maddie Antonucci. She didn't even really have to put much of a physical effort in that. She just, got in the right spot at the right time, held her position, and provided no opportunity for the Summit girl to go around her.
Nice inbound pass to Ella Riggs. Oh, but it pass is deflected away. Can't come down with it.
And Martin is pushing it for Summit. She makes a nice drive.
That's a nice drive, but can't get it to go. Oh, long three-pointer is good. Wow, number 43. Bree Woodward hits a long, that's their second long three-pointer from the top of the key.
That's
all of a sudden,
not a shot that young lady would take it to save her life last year. And it's all of a sudden it's 22-16 Summit. And the Braves are, that's a ill-advised drive. I think Kennedy went in there. You either got to make up your mind you're going to shoot that or know that you have somebody to pass to, and she had neither.
Well, the problem is the Summit's everybody's going to the ball, and yet the Braves are trying to force the shot up. They should be looking for the to kick out the pass. They all of a sudden find themselves down by 6 points now.
Oh, wide open.
Summit with a wide open three-pointer off the front of the rim.
Fortunately,
Annie comes up with the rebound.
Rachel Martin comes up well short on that three, but yeah, you don't get much more of an open opportunity than
Eddie
that.
Antucci takes it to the
I
hoop.
thought she got a lot of contact on that drive. No call. They do appear to be letting them bang it out a little bit in the paint. Which, that hasn't been the case in the Braves' first couple games. First of all, those against much inferior opponents. But games being called incredibly closely and, quite honestly,
Brianna Woodward with another easy lay-in. And the problem is the Braves are not going to get any free baskets down low. With Brianna Woodward and Gabby Martin, those are two tall girls. The Braves are just not going to get any free looks way down low.
Yeah, and the Braves have just been, they just ran Aviator. And
so they're
take a shot, Maddie.
Top of the key, Maddie can't get it to go. So the Braves are going to have to either set some picks and screens and get people open. I don't think they can just stand at the top of the key and just try to jam it down the middle and get it in, because the lane's going to it has been closing.
Although now in the last couple of years, Bree Woodward she's played the entire game. I think she might have been out for a minute earlier, but she's just come out here with just over a minute left. She did not have the cardio to be doing more than
going up and down the floor
minutes,
like tonight.
3-minute stints at a time.
Another long, another long three-pointer by Summit.
That's a nice-looking shot. Kyla Irby hits a three, and it's
Summit is feasting on the three-point line right now.
Yeah, the Braves were up 13-6 it was, I believe.
13-4.
13-4, yeah, and it's obviously
23-3 run here.
Wow.
Braves can't panic. I don't think Summit's going to get all those three-point shots to drop the whole game, but I think they've got to get it better looks down on the offensive end.
Oh, that was almost a turnover.
Yeah, that wasn't a good pass.
Take that shot, Ella.
See how that Ella Riggs
once again. Ella DeBow with
out.
Unfortunately, Ella DeBow couldn't pick up that rebound. She made a nice break to the ball, but when it came time to actually grab it, couldn't handle it and fell to her knees, and Braves will give it up on a held ball. We'll see. Yeah, Amy Proof for the first time in tonight's game with 13 seconds left. I know Tom and I are both, I mentioned this the other night in the opening game, but I think we're both really glad to see Amy Proof back on the court for the Braves.
Absolutely. Some with a quick shot, can't get it to go.
Smart player, great wheels. I mean, it's going to take her a while after having taken last year off to get back in form, but great kid, great competitor, and faster than all get out.
Braves might get one more pop at the basket. Ella Riggs going to throw one from half court.
Hits the rim.
I can't even believe she got the backboard on that one.
Yeah.
That was that's tough. So the Braves are going to, I think, leave kind of a discouraging first half. 13-4 lead is now a 27-16 deficit.
Yeah, I haven't seen that kind of a turnaround since a certain trip to Deer Park last year. Although this is nowhere near the just inconceivable Murphy's Law, everything went wrong that could go wrong in 10 minutes that happened at Deer Park last year. So we have, Tom and I are going to take a quick break here, but we're going to have leave the cameras on. All the kids are here from the younger grades from Indian Hills Middle School, 7th and 8th grade teams, and that's also the all the rec league teams going down to like second grade or third grade. I can't remember when we start rec league basketball here at Indian Hill. Okay, and that's, by the way, that's Jessica Arrington, who most of you know as a Brave star back in the day, not that long ago. And then also she is now the 7th grade coach for Indian Hill of the girls team. So, yeah, we're going to take a little break and cover the young ladies, read off their names. So enjoy, folks. We'll be back in about 6 minutes.
Part
the rim. Can't get it to go. But that's a pretty good look at the basket.
Yeah, that's, I'd say 95% of the shots the Braves are taking, I cannot fault them at all for.
Braves steal the ball.
Just haven't been able to
Annie goes inside to Ella Riggs. Really nothing there. She'll bring it back out. She's going to drive to the basket, gets it up, doesn't get the foul called.
Good. She walked. Nope, that's a foul.
I think someone's going to get called a foul.
Yeah, that was a nice hustle by Jaden James.
Yeah, absolutely.
Grabbed the ball, then kind of lost a little control, but then hit the floor. Something you'll love to see out of a player. Hopefully you don't have many reasons to be doing that, but when time calls for it, them hitting the floor is something you love to see, that kind of hustle, and Jaden certainly did her part on that play.
The Braves need an offensive spark here. They need just a couple of baskets to go in, I think, just to get them a little bit of confidence in this going.
Yeah,
They've gone through a long dry spell. Oh, and Summit gets a steal.
There's Rachel Martin bringing it down, going to make a nice pass, and Ella.
Oh, and doesn't make the layup, but she goes back up, and she's going to get fouled.
Jaden's going to get called for that one.
Oh, Braves really almost got a break there because Gabby Martin had a wide open layup to the basket and missed it. But got her on rebound, and now she's going to shoot 2 free throws on the foul.
My mistake. Ella Riggs could call for that one. I thought that was Jaden. Could easily have been Jaden James because they're both up in the mix there.
Martin gets the first one to go. And Chuck, Braves got to be careful. This lead is getting larger and larger. Now it's a 12-point lead. Oh, and Summit picks up the rebound. Oh, but they turn it over. Braves got fortunate there. They're going to get the ball back. Boy, that could have been an easy 2-pointer for Summit.
Yeah, I just think if they can get a couple of their shots to fall and chip away at this a little bit, get the confidence back in their offense, because these young ladies, I mean, especially the big three, I mean, they know what they're capable of. They just need to, like I said, see the ball go in a few times.
Yeah, they're just unfortunately in the midst of a prolonged dry spell.
And Annie Istrading unfortunately lost her balance backing in and was trying to unload that ball while falling on her derriere. And
jump ball's going to go back to Summit.
Results unkind for the Braves. But yeah, it's a 12-point advantage now for SCD with 6 minutes left here in quarter number 3. And looks like Amy Prue is going to get in here momentarily.
Istrading tries to push it up to Manny Antonucci. It's deflected out of bounds by Gabby Martin. It'll be Braves ball underneath the basket, but Amy Prue comes in for Annie Istrading. I think Rachel just looking to maybe change the chemistry a little bit, try to get something to give the Braves a little offensive momentum. Oh, Ella Riggs throws it off the back of the Summit player. I think she wanted to go to the basket with that, but it kind of took a bad bounce off the back of that Summit player. So she wisely pulls it back out.
Seen that a few times over the years.
Nice Ella Riggs takes three-pointer and buries it. There we go. Ella Riggs buries a three-pointer from the top of the key, and that is just the kind of spark that the Braves need.
Yeah, she adjusted her shot by 0.005 degrees from some of her earlier shots.
Oh.
And hit that one.
Summit just gets another easy layup down low.
But Bree Woodard, immediately deflates that quick
it's just too easy a basket
change. Yeah, you're right.
You're right. They got to put somebody in front of her.
Take that, Nucci.
Antonucci, a long three-pointer off the back of the rim. Maddie Antonucci's having a little trouble finding a range tonight.
Yeah, Maddie, when you look at almost halfway into the third quarter, Maddie with only 4 points, that's obviously not.
Yeah, that's not a characteristic night for Maddie Antonucci. Summit drives to the hoop. Good defense by the Braves. And it's going to be...
Oh, okay. Amy Prue obviously thought that was going to be Braves ball. Didn't really go after that, and I would have to, at least from what I saw, have to agree with her, but that's not the way the call went. Now, that was a good example in that last sequence where the Braves in the interior just, putting your hands up and not swinging, doing a tomahawk chalk, trying to block shots, just isn't a part of the girls' game unless you're Brittany Griner.
Some of the other long three-pointer. I'd give that shot all night to Summit. I don't think they're good.
Riggs gets a wide open look and
oh no, she comes up short. It looked good in the air. It did look good. I thought it was going in too, but she had the right angle, just didn't have the distance. And looks like Summit's going to call a timeout.
Yep. So the Braves whittled it down a little. Finally got a basket. They had what? Did they score it all in the second quarter? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Or maybe they might have had 3 points. I can't remember if it was 13 or 16 at the end of one. But, that sort of thing's happened before. Remember going up to, I can't think of the name of the little town in northern Indiana where they get that little Cracker Box gym where they filmed Hoosiers, where the Braves played Goshen last year. And the Braves had, I think, 16, 17, 18 points in the first 6 minutes of the game, and then didn't score until about 4 minutes gone in the third quarter. So it can happen.
Well, it's early in the season. Previous seasons, Braves have. I think the month of December is definitely a month where you're trying to find yourself.
Yep.
You certainly don't usually hit your stride until January, February. But nonetheless, you certainly want to pull off a win against Summit at home.
Yeah, Rachel Martin is tempted there, I think, for a second.
So Braves now in have Ella DeBow as well. So Rachel trying to get a couple of new players in the mix. Summit goes to the basket, can't get it to go. And Ella Riggs is going to get the ball. She's got a one-on-one. She's going to go all the way to the basket, pulls up and gets it. That's money shot by Ella Riggs.
That is absolutely her strength. Not only is she a silky shooter from outside, but she's good on the break.
Yeah, she controls her body so well going to the basket.
And she's long, too. I mean, most players are not going to cause her too much difficulty.
Yeah, there are very few people in this league who can guard Ella Riggs one-on-one. Very few.
Oh, nice ball fake by
Summit.
Rachel Martin, and she gets a short runner to go. Little stop and pop. It was a nice move. Got her defender in the air, and
Ella Riggs pull-up jumper, gets it to go. I think that's a double pump there.
Wow. Yeah, she got the shot blocked and still had the strength in midair to get it off.
Ella Riggs is single-handedly trying to bring the Braves back into this game.
That's a really...
that's a strong move.
That's a highlight film for her college recruiting.
That just shows you what kind of body control.
That was a walk. That girl just took 2 steps.
Braves got away with a defensive lapse there. Summit missed an easy layup down low. Maddie Antonucci kicks it out to Kenny Taylor, goes out to Amy Brew.
Amy was going to.
Going to get a call a foul on Summit.
Amy was looking for an NBA 3 there. Just a quick little motion. So that'll be Summit's second foul in the quarter. Riggs at the point now for the Braves. And they have cut it. Ella Riggs has cut it to 9.
Pulls up.
Can't get the roll there, but nice.
Nice steal by Maddie Antonucci.
Get it up.
She throws it up to Ella Riggs. Who just can't catch up to the ball.
Didn't.
Pass was just a little bit long, and Summit beat Ella Riggs to the ball. That's too bad. That was a good opportunity for the Braves. Fast break. Gabby Martin working against Maddie Antonucci. Pulls up with a long three-pointer. And Ella Riggs comes up with a rebound. Pulls it up at the top of the key.
Ella DeBow over there on the wing looking for a pass, but I don't know if that was that's not her shot either. Kennedy Green going to try from 3.
Not going to get it to go.
And, Kennedy has. I've watched her in some practices in the scrimmage in the first couple games, and Kennedy has done a much better job with shot selection this year than. Of course, she was playing primarily JV last year, but much better shot selection. She's lost a little hit she had in her shot, so much smoother form. I can tell this young lady's worked hard to improve her game.
What I'm seeing now, Chuck, is Summit's getting a little sloppy on the offensive end.
Yeah.
Their three-point shots aren't coming anywhere close to the basket. Their ball handling's getting a little sloppy. So now is the time for the Braves. They got a minute to go in the third quarter. They need to take advantage and press this, and I really think they need to get Ellen, some Maddie, some wide open looks.
Yeah, well, they've cut it from 13 to 9, and they can cut it by 2 or 3 or 4 more here.
Yeah, you want to go into the, I think into the fourth quarter with a less than 10-point lead.
Not your shot.
Ella DeBall throws up, and that's a three-pointer.
Color me wrong.
All right, Ella DeBall cuts the lead to 6. Huge three-pointer. That could be the spark that the Braves need to launch them into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Ella DeBow has some, definitely has some basketball talent. But that's one of those no, yes type of moments. Good for her. It's
nice shot. She
good for a
that.
young lady to see the ball go through the hoop like that. It's because those are she's a key player off the bench so far, and for her to get a couple of buckets, see the ball go through. Again, the younger players need to be cognizant of what's a good shot, what's not a good shot. And maybe that wasn't the best shot taken there, but she was wide open, obviously capable of making it, and she just showed not the greatest form in the world, but hey, the results worked. And, hey,
I tell you, I can just feel like that shot just injected some life into the Braves.
Nice pass in.
Oh, Summit gets another easy basket down low.
So 20 seconds left. See if the Braves can milk the clock and get a good shot.
See if the Braves can answer. Ella Riggs wants that ball. She's got kind of a mismatch. She's got a size advantage. They need to get it to her. Ella DeBow takes it in. She gets fouled. She'll be shooting 2.
You're wrong. It is.
They're not shooting.
It's going to be under the basket.
Oh, well, they're getting back.
Be aware of the time, ladies.
Throw it out to Maddie Antonucci.
Take it, Maddie.
Long three-pointer. There it is. Oh, yeah. There it is.
The tray. Conducenda for Antonucci. And that's a nice way to end the third quarter. Braves pull within 5. Maddie finally gets one to go.
That is so characteristic, Maddie Antonucci. Having a rough night, but when it counts, she just drains it. That is so key. So Maddie Antonucci. That is huge. Now we go into the fourth quarter. The 5-point deficit.
Maddie knows what her skill level is. And
she's just got to keep shooting. They're going to fall.
So anyway, Maddie's going to be confident in taking that shot. She's been there before dozens of times, taking the last shot of a quarter.
Yep.
Is clutch and obviously is a phenomenally good shooter and has tons of range. It's good for her to see that go. She's now up to 7, which, as we all know, is well under her normal average. I think Maddie's up to, I can't remember if Maddie's up to, Maddie's, I think, started the season number 4 on the Braves all-time scoring list, and she's either going to likely be number 2. She's got a real outside shot at Nicole Bell, but it only probably if the Braves go deep into the tournament. Maddie had to probably average 24, 25, but she's got a very good shot of passing Ellie Shaw before the season is done. Like a pretty high likelihood of passing Ellie Shaw for number 2.
Wow, that's an accomplishment because those are some great players. Maddie looks like she's feeling it. She wants another look at that three-pointer.
Pass it.
Nice kick. Annie Yisrael, long, wide open three-pointer. Oh, just in and out.
And I think Nooch got called for.
No. Foul on Summit. That's going to be a foul on Gabby Martin down low on Maddie Antonucci. So Braves will get the ball back underneath their basket.
That's number 4 on the Silver Knights for the second half. Trying to clear out, and they are absolutely giving Ella Riggs the open one-on-one opening. But Bree Woodward.
They're not going to let Ella Riggs drive to the hoop one-on-one uncontested, though. They will collapse on her. Ella Riggs pulls up from a free throw line. Can't get it to go. That's a tough shot. It's Ella gets the ball.
Nice crashing of the board, and then couldn't quite get her hands on it. That was a split second. No way you could react to that, but. Almost had the ball thrown right back in her face. I'm not sure about that, but ref had a better view probably than we did up closer. Annie Isherding will pick up the Braves' second of the half, and that's Ish's 3rd personal Or no, excuse me, her second personal. My mistake. Looking at the wrong numbers. She has 3 points on the night for the Braves. So Riggs with 14, Maddie Antonucci with 7, leading the way for the Braves so far. Not a big scoring night for the other folks. Andy shooting off.
Summit down low. You know, that's good. That's good passing by Summit. You know, they're working the ball well.
They did.
And they find the open. Find the open girl down low.
Maddie was fronting that girl, but that girl got a nice interior seal.
Yep.
Far enough out that the lob could go overhead where she wasn't going to be like right under the basket when she caught it.
Summit's had a lot of easy looks down low. Something we have not had. Elva DeBow drives through, kicks it back out to Maddie, who drives to the hoop underneath and gets it to go.
It's Cherokee.
Maddie Antonucci's now come alive. Chance to get the Braves within 2. She converts the 3-point play. That's vintage Antonucci. The sweet underhanded slicing between 2 defenders. Underhanded layup, rolls it in.
I'll use my Italian again for the benefit of Mr. and Mrs. Antonucci. Misses the free throw.
Off the back of the rim.
Il Charchio e il Dano. The harm and the foul in Italiano. I'm going to practice for my trip in May.
I like it. We're multilingual up here at the booth.
Yeah. Of course, despite having the French name, I can't speak any French, but hey, that's a, so I can't travel to France anytime soon unless I learn something.
Ball's tipped out by Ella Riggs. It'll be Summit's ball. Feel the tension just kind of ratcheted up a notch around here, Chuck.
Yeah, Braves definitely
5-point
showing
lead
some signs of life. Wide open.
Another wide open
Defensive
look under the
breakdown.
basket.
That's 3 Braves. Amy Prue, Maddie Antonucci, and Ella DeBow all on the right block. And
Just
nobody on the backside at all.
Blown assignment by the Braves there.
Well, multiple blown assignments, I think. Again,
they just can't do that.
3 girls guarding nobody on the other side.
Because here's the reality, Chuck, is Summit is not what I can see, a strong outside shooting team.
No, they've hit a couple of threes, but they're wide open looks.
But they haven't made any this half.
Right. Newt's going to get a good drive.
Strong drive to the hoop. Can't get it to go.
I think she got a little.
And Summit's got a 2-on-1.
Rachel Martin thinks better of it.
She pulls it back out.
That's
a smart move.
It's a senior move.
And a nice pass in the interior. Wow, Summit really works that ball.
Well,
and the Braves defense just down low they're losing their man.
And the young lady who made the basket, she wasn't even breaking to the hoop. Rachel Martin just sort of threw it, and the girl figured, I better go get it. And it just so happened that that was a smart play by Rachel Martin. Nice again, two consecutive senior leadership moments for that young lady, and it's now back up to a 9-point advantage for the Silver Knights.
I mean, if you looked at the number of baskets in the paint for Summit compared to Indian Hill, they're killing the Braves.
Yep.
Down low with easy basket. Amy basket. But you see, that's the difference. Okay. We're driving to the hoop and trying to shoot it over a taller defender.
Yeah.
They're getting wide open looks under the basket.
No, I love seeing
Amy driving and they're passing.
Yeah, on one hand, I love seeing Amy being aggressive and driving to the hoop, but yes, that shot was never going to go because,
not when your defender's a foot taller.
Right. Oh no.
Oh, Maddie almost gets.
Little
Summit
too tall.
gets the steal.
A little too tall on the pass.
All right, Summit brings the ball up with a 9-point lead.
I have the expectation that we'll see Summit probably start to take a little wind out of the sails. Oh, nice almost steal by Maddie Antonucci. There's a wide open shot.
Drives to the hoop. It throws
aggressive
up
drive.
Summit throws up a wild layup.
That was a prayer that went totally unanswered.
That's a little bit uncharacteristic. I haven't seen Summit put up too many reckless shots like that. Looks like Rachel wants a timeout.
Yep, and Kennedy Green's going to come in when the ball comes back in for the Braves.
And Jaden, I think, is coming back in. So the Braves are going to go back to their starting 5. But they really got to protect that paint.
Yeah, I don't think you're old enough. We weren't maybe around here at the time, but Ella reminds me of probably the greatest male basketball player in Indian Hill history, Scott Rogers, who I had when I was a before I went to Moeller, I was still here, and I got to practice. When I was a freshman, he was a senior, and I got to practice against him. Just, the phenomenal ball handler, quick as a cat, stop and pop, great with either hand, drive, shoot, could, 6'1", could, do just about anything except dunk. And, of course, that was back in the days before three-point shots and before when you weren't allowed to dunk. But, and then Rogers was obviously the coach here for a number of years, and now is the head coach of Mount Notre Dame, who won a D1 state title again. I think that's Rogers' third or fourth, couple from his earlier stint in the mid-2000s, and then he came over here. His daughter Aubrey was a player, very good player, guard for the Braves in the, I think 2009, 10, maybe even 11 years, along with obviously Nicole Bell during that time frame.
Oh, man. Oh, Kennedy Green can't get it to go. I'd really like to see the Braves get a better shot and work it to Ella or Maddie. And I think they need those two players right now they need to get them some screens and get them some looks at the basket because, Chuck, time's running down.
Yep.
3 minutes to go.
And you do see...
I don't think the Braves need to panic, but I think they got to get the ball in the right hands of the girls who can score here.
Timeout called by Summit's coach. Didn't want to get a turnover there. Yeah, with 2:51 left, you can already see, as I said, Summit is definitely now taking the air out of the ball.
Yep.
And they're going to milk the clock and look for their best shot. And unfortunately, they've been getting a number of good ones. Braves made a brief run, cut it to 5, but now it's been back up to 9 for a few minutes with a couple of backdoors and a couple of wide open Summit shots. And you just, unfortunately, you can't give them. Braves are getting contested shots. Summit, the baskets, most of the ones they made have been pretty easy.
Because you know what? When we have a hand in their face, those balls aren't going, and they're long. They're three-pointers. I'd give them their three-pointers all day long. I just don't think. I think they've hit their full complement of three-pointers tonight. I could be wrong on that, but.
So the Braves' original starters back in the game: Kennedy Green, Jaden James on the floor with Maddie Antonucci, Ella Riggs, and Annie Ishverding. Again, Braves leading scorers, Riggs with 14 and Maddie Antonucci with 9, but nobody else. Annie Ishverding has 3, and Jane James has 2, and nobody else, I think, has scored for Indian Hill. No, I take that back. Ella DeVoe has a 3.
Yep. Big three-pointer.
Yeah, I was thinking that might be a good momentum changer, but as it turns out, the Braves...
Summit's going to work the ball. You're right. They're going to take a little bit of air of the ball, force the Braves to come get them.
And, with...
And they do have the clock on their... Oh, nice back... Kennedy Green with a great block. Wow. Kennedy Green with a super block. That prevented an easy layup.
I don't know if there was so much a block as it was a steal on the shot.
That was a nice backdoor
literally
pass.
Took it right out of her hands.
Long three-pointer. It's good.
Touch Condociana for Maddie Antonucci.
Braves cut it to 6 with 2 minutes to go.
Don't foul. That's she tripped.
I think she slipped.
I think Mr. Price and I are in agreement that was a that was an air foul.
That was an Academy Award winner there.
That's right.
Rachel Martin goes to the floor. That's going to be Annie Ishverding's third foul. Oh, the Braves, Ella Riggs gets a steal. Up. Oh, can't get the layup to go.
That could have been a real money game changer. She got in the hoop, and I thought she may have gotten fouled there as well. But the Zebras unkind to the Braves on that particular sequence.
All right, well, we're below the 2-minute mark now. Both teams, I think, definitely starting to play a little bit on edge here. Indian Hill is definitely turned up the aggressive factor a notch or two. Annie Ishverding goes out. Amy Prue comes in.
Not sure if that was Annie's third or fourth. Not sure if Rachel's doing an offense or defense substitution because of foul trouble on Annie, but Braves have almost she's coming right back in.
Braves are in the man-to-man. They've got to be careful of an easy back door or the screen in the man-to-man defense.
Post her up, Jaden. Defensive post anyway.
Yeah, Summit's in no rush to take a shot, but this could backfire. They don't get a shot. Oh, doesn't get it to go. And the Braves come with a rebound. Oh no, and Summit gets the ball back.
That's going to be an easy score.
Oh, and Bree Woodward, doesn't get it. Oh, but she's fouled by Jaden James. She's got to shoot too.
That was a... Yeah, Kennedy made a nice play, but then panicked a little bit there, I think, on the turnover. She's hustling, she's working hard, and she's made some really good defensive plays. And that was one where it's like, be smart, just get the ball out of traffic quickly.
Oh, that's a big free throw right there for Summit. Makes it a 7-point lead.
Yeah, back to a 3-possession game.
Annie Isfording back in the game. Braves are going to have to find some magic right now. Oh, wow. Wow. Bree Woodward just nails 2 free throws with a minute to go to give Summit an 8-point lead.
Braves are going to have to score quickly, take the shot. That's a
Jane with a turnaround.
Get the
roll.
She
gets it.
Jane James with
Jane
a very
James
nice...
comes in cold from the bench. And
that was a beautiful pick and roll.
Yep.
And Jaden, I thought she was going to kick it back out, but that was a really nice spin. Got the ball up over the much bigger defender and got the friendly roll.
Yeah.
That was a clutch play.
Sweet little
really
turnaround
nice to see
move in
that,
the lane. Yeah.
Nice to see that young lady be able to make that bucket. That was a nice move. Really worked hard to get position and faked me out as well as the defender a little bit. Kept Bree Woodward a little bit off her. Got the shot up over her. Got a roll. Very nice.
Well, Braves giving this crowd their money's worth tonight. 6-point game, 55.5 seconds to go.
Okay, folks, we're going to get a replay, I think, of Jaden's bucket there.
Starts with a nice pass from Maddie Antonucci. Oh, there's the turnaround.
We didn't see the entry there. Oh.
All right, here we go.
Maddie makes a nice in.
Yep.
So you think that Jaden makes a nice pitch. She thinks she's going to pop it back out, but see how she spun away from the defender,
yep.
created a little space to get a shot.
Yes.
Made a nice little 10-8.
Gets a nice roll.
Yeah,
great touch by Jaden James on that basket.
Yeah, the Braves may not pull this out, but they've had some, especially the younger players. Jaden's had some really good moments. Kennedy Green's had some really good moments. Ella Bobo hits a big 3. So it's really good to see some of these.
Another thing to keep in mind here, Chuck, is Braves not in the bonus yet.
Right.
Be interesting to see whether Rachel fouls. If they don't get an inbound steal, I think Braves are going to foul immediately.
Yeah, they don't have much time to
put Summit on the line.
They don't have much time to do that, so they have to figure out.
Yep, there they go. So Amy Prue's going to pick up a quick foul.
Rachel Martins, who wants to, should be the 1-and-1.
No, we're not in the bonus yet.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong.
Yeah.
I was looking. Summit had 6 team fouls, so next foul for both teams will be in the bonus.
Oh, and Braves, Kennedy,
That's a jump ball.
Yep, Kennedy Green forces
a
jump ball.
Jump ball.
Are they going to call that a jump ball, or they're calling that a foul? No, they're calling it a jump ball, but it's going to stay with Summit. No, it's Indian. That's Indian Hills ball, underneath their own basket. Oh, great defensive play. Kennedy Green comes up with some great defensive plays here at the end of the game.
Quickly.
Braves barely get it in under 5 seconds. Maddie Antonucci drives, kicks it out to Annie Isfording. Over to Ella Riggs.
Shot up here fairly soon.
They need to set a screen for it. Come on, guys.
We don't need to take a bad shot, but we need some ball movement. Need to be attacking the basket here. Taking way too long to get a shot off. Jaden and Kennedy over there, not who you want to take a shot.
Annie Isfording, nice pass down low to Ella Riggs. Gets it to go, but it's a 2-point shot.
So Braves cut it to 4, but there's only
22 seconds left.
And they're going to put Rachel Martin to the line with 20 seconds left, and looks like she got banged up, rolled her ankle a little bit, or if one of our girls rolled her on her ankle in the scrum.
So Rachel Martin's going to be shooting 1-on-1, 20 seconds to go, 4-point game.
Well, still only a 2-possession game, so if we can keep her from making a pair.
This is a big free throw right here. Braves got to hope for a miss and then push the ball up quickly. Even if a 2-pointer is fine. So no need to shoot a three-pointer on this possession. They can get this rebound.
Annie Istrading needs to be.
Oh, she ices it. Wow, that's a big Summit really coming up with.
I would have
big free throws.
Kennedy Green should be boxing the shooter, and Annie Istrading needs to be going down and helping Jaden. She needs to pinch down and keep Bree Woodward from getting a board here.
Second free throw.
But it's moot point since they're both.
All right, Braves going to have to get 2 3-pointers quick. Andy Antonucci pulls it up. They meet her out there. She's looking. Annie Istrading. Jaden James down low too, but that's not going to help. I think that's going to be too little too late.
Absolutely. Yep, 10 seconds, and this one looks like it's going to belong to the Silver Knights. But, Braves, if they hadn't gone cold, there's a stretch through the entire second quarter.
And a chunk of the third quarter.
It just seemed like the switch was flipped off. They stopped acting as composed as they had been. They had a bunch of shots go in and out. Not necessarily bad shots or anything, but just very unlucky.
Well, and too many breakdowns on defense. The man-to-man, they're losing people with the screens down low and giving Summit way too many easy shots.
Yeah, the defensive breakdowns are definitely, I think, what would have caused. I mean, yes, certainly there was that drought in the second quarter, but the defensive breakdowns, as you said, giving them too many easy shots, too many easy buckets. That's been the undoing of the Braves this evening. So a 6-point Summit lead with 10 seconds
Chuck,
left.
we've seen strange things happen in the last few years of Braves basketball, so you never say it's over because we've seen it happen both ways. But this will be a monumental challenge for the Braves. 10.4 seconds left, 6-point deficit. They need a couple of miracles to happen here, but hey, they got the shooters.
Well, I don't see Nina on the court to make a three-pointer against Wyoming, or Claire to nutmeg. What's her name from the 6'3"? What's her? Gosh, I can't think of her name.
I can't remember the gal who threw the Peyton Manning pass.
Mackenzie Atkinson. Claire nutmegging her with a pass to Nina Price for the game-tying bucket in that game. And then, unfortunately, we could have turned the film off right at that point because. We don't want to talk about what happened after that, but miracles have happened. But I don't think Doug Flutie plays for the Braves right now either. So
Summit gets the inbounds. Braves foul Rachel Martin. She's going to go to the line shooting one-on-one, and well, you know what? This is the time of year where you want to get a loss. This is the time of year where if you need a wake-up call, this is a good time to get it.
And certainly no shame. The Braves have had.
Summit always is a good team.
2 ultra cupcake opponents, and quite honestly, Madera is not particularly strong this year. They walked over Madera, but it's good to face a really. I mean, it's a good quality opponent.
No doubt, and it's not a league loss, so you don't worry about the CHL. And you lick your wounds and you come back, and that'll do it.
And speaking of the CHL, we will be back here Wednesday evening. Braves return home for a CHL matchup with the folks from right down the street in Mary Monty. And so we'll be here there will be a JV game, fortunately for that game. Before the varsity game. We didn't have one tonight because Summit doesn't field a JV team. But folks, we hope you have enjoyed watching our broadcast. And we hope you'll tune in on Wednesday. Either live and in person, or you can always watch this game on IHTN after the fact and critique Tom and my broadcasting skills. So for Will, Get Me to the Church on Time, Mr. Dubs, and everybody else, Tom Price, me, and a cast of characters, thanks for watching. Good evening. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Go Braves.
Exclusive coverage of tonight's game on the Indian Hill Television Network has been a copyrighted presentation of the Indian Hill High School Video Department.